Hey guys, and welcome back to Sailing with the Jameses. Right now we're tied up at the Breakwater Marina in Townsville, but not for long. We pulled in here for a short pit stop while Sam ducked overseas to pick up some work and top up the cruising kitty. And now he's back in the country and back on board, bags unpacked, and it's time to get moving again. Marina life is officially coming to an end as we prep to cast off. We have officially entered cyclone season here in Australia, and we are cruising south down Australia's east coast. And we're getting straight into it. As soon as we depart the marina, we're pointing the bows straight into an overnight sail to the Whitsundays. So come with us as we shut down dock life, fuel up, untie the lines, and head straight from the marina into open water. So grab a coffee or a beer and let's get sailing. So today's leaving day from the marina. So we've just spent this morning putting on water, doing the last load of laundry. Sam right now is disconnecting shore power. And once we leave this berth, we're gonna head on over to the fuel wharf. We're just gonna put on 120 liters of fuel. And then we're out of here. We're out of here like a boat, man.
Let's go on the stern last.
Yeah.
Like that, and then pull the stern in and jump off.
Cool. I just pulled a bit too much side. Don't know my own strength. And right now we're just taking 2 lines from this side. We're going to move it over to the other side because the fuel wharf is on this side, and we're just literally just going to park up right next to it. Just literally come alongside. So take you guys with me to that side. Let's get set up. And I'm mistaken. We're actually parking on the other side. Whenever we come to fuel wharfs, it's always like coming here and then we tie up and then we figure out which fuel station is like the easiest, because this one's actually temporarily out of order, which is the one we aim for. So we just move the boat forward. So it's always like you come here, then the second stage is figuring out where to like move the boat secondly. So like moving from bollard to bollard and just getting yourself properly set up.
It won't be. We can take 220 litres if we had to.
While we're here at the fuel wharf, we are also getting unleaded for the tender. be like $20 for the unleaded?
Yeah.
That's $20.
Alright. Pretty close to the top, eh?
Yeah, pretty close. It's here.
Perfect. That's exactly what we want.
That's it, and we are off from the fuel wharf. We're just gonna back out of here, and then we're just gonna go around. We're headed out the entrance, and then we're headed south. The marina, and we're just passing the duck pond now. So in Townsville, right outside the marina, there's this huge anchorage area, and it's protected from like southeasterly blows. There's quite a lot of boats in here. One thing that is really good about the marina here, you can anchor in the duck pond and you can contact the marina, and I think for like 10 or $20 a day they'll give you a key to the gate, and you can pull up your tender to the tender wharf, which is behind a locked gate. You can go and do your grocery shopping and then get back to your tender. I think it's like it's something like $10-20 a day. I think it's 10. Anyways, it's a good option if you don't want to go for the night in the marina. Other thing I wanted to point out to you guys is that there's a sunken boat in here. So behind that white trawler there's some yellow floats, and that is a sunken boat. It's just sunk the other week. We often get a lot of questions about like if we know any cheap boats, people wanting to do a refit. When we were in the yard doing our major refit, there was some really cool boats next to us, and people kept asking us what we know, if we know any available. The thing to remember is that there's a few different types of cheap boats, and there's nothing more expensive than a cheap boat. Sometimes you get some really good deals where it's like a deceased estate and the kids or the offspring or the siblings just need to get rid of the boat, and they just want it to go to a good home. You can get bargains like that. Sometimes also it's not worth fixing and people just sell boats for $1. And I've heard stories of people buying boats for $, and then you just sink money into them. Anyways, we often get asked, and the story with that boat I think is that it got bought for $1 and then it sunk, so the new owner is now liable to get that refloated and salvaged or get it out of the bay from being a hazard. What are you eating? A cucumber and a tomato. Okay, so the cockpit's all cleaned up. Fenders are in, lines are in. The fenders are just out on the bow at the moment drying out, and when they're dry they'll go up into the locker up there. And then before we left the marina, the extra lines that we had on, because we are in the cyclone belt at the moment, we just had some extra lines, so we just give them a freshwater rinse off, and they're in the sun drying. Everything's put away. Plus, guys, I forgot to mention Sam is home. So Sam went off to Vanuatu. For you guys that didn't watch the episode, we pulled into the marina. Sam went to do a delivery, and he is back. So, hun, how was your trip to Vanuatu?
It was good. It was really, really good. This time of year, if you're in a motorboat, it's absolutely fantastic because there's no real real wind. So it was a flat, calm glass out, and yeah, we got across there really, really quickly, which is a bit of a shame when you're doing the type of work I was doing, which is salvage work. You work quite hard at either end, getting the boat ready and putting the boat and salvaging the casualty, and in between, the steaming is the cruisy part. But it went really, really fast because it was flat calm. So we were there in approximately 7 days. It wasn't very long at all to get across.
You had a gorgeous ocean crossing.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. And Vanuatu's beautiful. I can't wait to take the family there. It's an amazing, fantastic place. One thing I will mention, be careful in the water there, trendsetters. I got a little scratch and it's still healing. It all got infected. The skin turned black around it. It was, a little bit nasty. I was a little bit casual with it here on the reef, generally speaking. If you're just careful with betadine and stuff when you hop out of the water, that's about all you really need to do, depending on... It was a really small scratch. It was nothing. And it turned into something quite nasty because I didn't take it seriously enough. And we're on the mend now and we're away. I was a bit of a peg leg for a while there.
He's on the mend.
On the mend, and yeah, it's been really fun spending time at Townsville Marina. I came back and had a couple of days there, and I can definitely see how people stay in marinas for a very long time. It's one of those things for us, they're hard to go into because we kind of enjoy it out here, but then they're also hard to leave because there's just a sense of community that's in them. And yeah, it was amazing. We had so much fun there, where normally I'm the guy that, wants to be out and get out of the marina and exploring, and I really had a good time. So yeah.
And now we are off and we're headed south.
We are. So we're just steaming out of the bay, then we should be able to pop some sails, and we're going to pop down to Early Beach. It's only an easterly today, which is still a little bit on the nose, but we should be all right. And then it goes southeasterly for a week, so we'll be spending at least a week in around the Whitsundays, which I love anyway. It's so beautiful there, and now Charlie's getting a bit better. We're hoping she'll be able to snorkel and stuff. It's very sheltered, easy water to start doing that kind of stuff.
Sam is still said to Charlie, we're going to go to an island for Christmas. She's taken that as Christmas Island, so now she's asking, she's telling us we need to go to Christmas Island, and where's Christmas Island? That's like
a long, long way from here. Yeah.
So our mini captain is like, to Christmas Island we go.
Yeah, we're not going to Christmas Island, not right now. Maybe one day we want to go out there into Cocos and that. They're all very beautiful, but at this stage...
we're going to an island for Christmas.
Exactly, yeah. Heading on south.
Phew.
Bye-bye, Townsville Marina. We will be back. It's funny I'm saying it, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. So we will have to pop back there at some point. And the reefs over here are absolutely fantastic. But at this stage, I don't know if you can see, we're heading down to cooler weather. It's getting a bit warm, and it means that boat jobs and that slow down when it gets really hot for us, and we don't want them to slow down. We've got a few little tidbits we want to do on here. So we'll go down where it's cooler, or we can jump off the boat and swim a bit easier, and get it all done. You.
The last time we were here, we stopped for the dredging project. Sam worked on the harbor expansion project where they're widening the channel for bigger ships. And during that time when we arrived, this whole entire bay was muddy water. Like, it was all brown and just not the best looking. And then we went out to the reef, and once you pass Magnetic Island, which is just behind me here, Magnetic Island is only like a 40-minute ferry ride from town, and it's beautiful. So if you ever go there, it's absolutely gorgeous. Woo! Losing the hat. But we went out to the reefs, and the water at the reefs is stunning. And my personal opinion is I love the reefs out of Townsville. I think they're so healthy, they're so gorgeous. Like, they're one of my favorites, especially John Brewer Reef. And when we went to Lodestone was absolutely gorgeous as well. Like, I think it's really healthy. So I've been telling people that there's some of the healthiest reefs that I've seen. And I've also said, like, you wouldn't know it because the bay is so muddy. And now we're coming out of the harbor now, and the water's blue, and it looks nice. And it's because of the harbor expansion project when they were digging up everything. That's why the water was brown, and it just didn't click with me. That's why. But yeah, when it rains here, it also does go a bit muddy as well. But yeah, I've been telling everyone, like, oh, the water around Townsville is so muddy, and you wouldn't know that the reefs out of there are so beautiful, but they are. And now I'm just looking at the water thinking I've been telling people the wrong thing. The water's blue here. But on that thought, if you ever have the chance to go out to the reefs outside of here, like there's Wheeler, there's Keeper, there's Lodestone, there's John Brewer Reef, which has the Museum of Underwater Art. Those are absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous reefs. So healthy, so alive. If you ever get the chance, definitely try to go out to those ones. Plus, a few of them, like John Brewer and Lodestone, have public moorings on them, which is awesome. Day sail is out. We've just popped it while we're still in the bay here, just to give us an extra knot. And then once we pass this point here, that's Cape Cleveland, we'll turn a little bit, and then we'll be able to hold the head sail, large one at the front. Yeah! Whew! Sailing!
Counting the days until summer, feeling the warm rays upon my face. Leave all my worries in the gentle breeze. Big sunshine and new life in the way I need. Counting the days until summer, feeling the warm rays upon my face. Leave all my worries in the gentle breeze. Big sunshine and new life in the way I need.
We are headed past Cape Cleveland right now. We're passing through some rocks this time. Hey!
Yeah, keeping it interesting.
Tell us about these rocks.
There's 3 series of rocks off here. I think 4 foot, 6 foot, and I actually don't know.
We've been here a few times.
We have. The problem was I couldn't hold the head sail on the angle to go around the outside, which is the way we always go. And yeah, we got an engine just ticking over and doing 7 knots with the heady up, so I wanted to keep that happening. And yeah, cruise on down. We've got 120 miles to go, and we'll be there.
Yeehaw! And we've been here past a few times, and there's a series of rocks. We just decided this time we'll go through them.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're going to do an overnight passage, just head on down there. It's a bit of an easterly, which means the anchorages aren't the best at the moment. They'd be passable if we had to, but yeah, we'll just pop on down there and get there tomorrow morning. You.
And we are past the rocks, they're just right here, the large ones. Those ones are sticking out of the water, and then apparently there's a set of series along this way that are not popped out of the water that we can't see, but they are on the charts. And so I think at this point we are past the rocks.
All alone on the internet, but you don't seem to forget about yourself.
Okay, so it is about 6 o'clock in the evening. We've got the two head sails out, the head sail and the stay sail. We're passing Cape Bowling Green right now, which is the land across here with the really nice sunset that's happening. And right now we're just eating up the miles, hoping to keep steady like this. We're going about 7.7 to 8.5 in between there. And I think right now should be getting to the Whitsundays about midday, Sam said. So if we eat up some miles, we'll get there earlier, which would be great. We're doing 6-hour watches, 6 to 12 and 12 to 6. So I'm about to go down for bed. And Sam will do 6 to 12, and I'll get up at midnight and do 12 to 6. So that's how we're going to do it tonight. And yeah, pew-pew! Gorgeous sunset. Alright, so we're about 12:30 at the moment. We're going past Bowen, just coming up to it right now. Bowen has, it's a shipping area as well. So we're just going past just get over to this side. Just going past the anchorage. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but there's a whole bunch of lights over here. Those are all big ships. And then on the other side, we've got the designated shipping area. So we've got two ships behind us and we've got a ship in front of us, but we're out of the GSA, so they're just off to our port side further over. And yeah, we're just getting through this anchorage in the middle of the night. It's quite cool to see the glows of all the ships and everything. Like, they glow quite a bit. I hope you guys can see them. But yeah, this is for Bowen. This is for the export of Bowen. All the big ships anchored in here. We've got the head sail out, got one motor on, ticking over. This is pretty cool going through here. It's also pretty scary, being so close to all these ships in the middle of the night. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of cool. They're all really, really neat ships, and they're all on anchor, they're not moving, so they're quite easy to avoid. And I think, like, it's hard to tell distance in the night. We are closer than what I think we are. Like, we're pretty close to all these ships. Yeah, you can see all the lights. There's 2 lights for each ship, bow and stern, and we're just making it past this one, furthest one out here. We're just gonna be making it past his bow. But yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we've got 7 ships in the anchorage at the moment. And it's really, really nice out. In the marina, because you're not hanging into the wind, it gets quite like stuffy in the marina. You don't have a breeze through the boat. Since we've left the marina, the whole cabin has like aired out because we've got the front hatches open and like the breeze has just come through, and the whole boat we just feel so much cooler inside. It's amazing. I think we've dropped like quite a few degrees. Yeah, it doesn't really feel like we're in the tropics anymore because we've got a nice breeze straight through the boat. But yeah, I've just made myself a cuppa, gotten a snack, and we're just gonna make our way around this boat, and then we've got a rock on the left to avoid, and then get going. One of the best things about doing an overnighter is getting to watch the sunset. The sunrise. It's just so gorgeous. Okay, so this morning we've arrived at Blue Pearl Bay on Hayman Island. Roughly, I don't know, like 8 7:30 in the morning. We've just inflated the paddleboard and we're gonna head to the shore for a swim off the shore. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and join us on our adventures every week as we share our journey sailing full-time as a family. A massive shout out to our Patreons. Thank you guys so much. We couldn't do this without you. If you're interested in joining the J Crew and supporting us making videos and content, plus getting some awesome perks like early access to videos, consider becoming either a member on YouTube or joining the J Crew on Patreon. Follow the links in the description box below and tiers start at just $2 a month. Thank you all so much again for watching, and we will see you all same time next week. Bye everyone.